Let's be honest, being in your 20s can feel like financial chaos. Your paycheck comes in, and bam, it's gone to bills, rent, grabbing coffee or takeout just to keep up with the hustle. Meanwhile, everyone online seems to be bragging about building passive income, investing in stocks, or already buying their first home. Sound familiar? Here's the truth. Your 20s are actually your secret weapon. Not because you're earning a ton, but because you have something most people would pay anything to get back: time. Even small amounts you save or invest now can grow into serious wealth later, all because of the magic of compounding. Today, I'll break down exactly how to save and invest smartly, even if your income feels tiny, so you can set yourself up to live way ahead of the curve. So do yourself a favor. Smash that like button if you're ready to build a future you're actually excited about. Hit subscribe so you don't miss more real money tips. And drop a comment telling me what's the biggest thing draining your wallet right now. Let's tackle it together. 5. Build the right money mindset, because that's what will change your entire life trajectory. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a vast forest. You're 22, maybe 25, staring down a path that stretches decades into the future. Some people never even start down this path. They tell themselves stories that keep them stuck right at the entrance. They say, "I'm too young to worry about money," or "I'll start investing when I earn more," or the deadliest lie of all, "I only live once, so why not enjoy it now?" But here's the raw truth. The money decisions you make in your 20s are the most powerful financial choices of your entire life. Not because of how big the numbers are, but because of how long those dollars will grow. Imagine planting a tiny seed at 25. Maybe you start investing just $100 a month. That doesn't feel life-changing. But by the time you're 55, with modest growth, it's quietly become over $100,000. If you wait until you're 35 to start, that same $100 monthly is only around $40,000 by 55. The difference isn't the amount, it's the decades. So shift your mindset now. See every small dollar you save or invest not as money you're missing out on, but as a ticket to future freedom. You're paying your future self to have choices, to walk away from jobs you hate, to travel when you want, to help family without worry. This is the mental foundation that will make every habit easier, because you'll stop seeing saving and investing as a sacrifice and start seeing it as a thrilling act of building your future. 4. Learn to live below your means, even when it feels like everyone else is balling out. Now comes the hardest habit to master in your 20s. Everywhere you look, it seems like people your age are spending like crazy. They're posting Instagram stories for rooftop bars, showing off $1,000 concert tickets, driving cars they barely own, living in apartments that swallow half their paychecks. It's intoxicating. It feels like that's what success looks like. Treating yourself, living large, grabbing every luxury because you're only young once. But here's what most don't show. The credit card bills piling up, the overdraft fees, the quiet panic when rent is due. Many 20-somethings are just dressing up financial stress in filters and hashtags. If you can learn to be different, to live comfortably on less, to drive a modest car, to pick an affordable apartment, to keep your daily spending lean, you'll free up money that everyone else is burning. That's what gives you the room to start building. Even on a low income, if you're spending carefully, you can save $100 or $200 a month that someone with a $1,000 higher salary can't save because they're trapped by their bloated lifestyle. Being smart about your lifestyle early means you can start investing right away, instead of waiting until your 30s to finally get serious. You build financial muscle while everyone else is still inflating their expenses. That discipline doesn't just save you money, it rewires your brain. It teaches you that happiness isn't tied to expensive stuff, that real wealth is quiet and grows in the background while you live life on your terms. 3. Automate everything, because willpower alone is a broken tool. Most people try to save and invest by relying on sheer discipline. They think each month, after I pay my bills and go out, I'll tuck away whatever's left. But you already know what happens. There's rarely anything left. We spend up to our means, and often beyond. So flip the script. Automate your entire wealth building plan. Set up an automatic transfer that moves money out of your checking account the day after payday. Maybe it's $100. Maybe it's $250. Whatever your budget allows. That money goes straight into a savings account or investment account before you even see it. When it happens automatically, you remove emotion and excuses. You don't have to decide every month whether you'll save. It just happens. Your lifestyle quietly adapts around your slightly smaller checking balance, and you still find a way to grab coffee or hit happy hour without even noticing that chunk missing. And if you automate investing, even better. That's how you build wealth in the background while you're busy living life. You can be at brunch, at the gym, on a date, and your financial future is growing silently without a single thought. Over years, this system turns small, consistent moves into a massive pile of money. It's how your $100 investments today become your ticket to stress-free living decades down the line. 2. Focus on simple, low-cost investing, because flashy bets often blow up. In your 20s, it's tempting to chase the sexy side of money. Crypto coins that promise to 10x in a month, penny stocks hyped on social media, or even trying to day trade options from your phone during lunch breaks. But the truth? Most people lose money on these gambles. Even professionals often struggle to beat the market with risky plays. The simplest, smartest approach for building wealth in your 20s, especially on a low income, is to put your money into low-cost, diversified index funds or ETFs. These are baskets of hundreds or thousands of companies that grow with the economy. They're boring, but beautifully effective. Imagine putting $100 a month into an S&P 500 index fund starting at age 25. Even with average market returns, by the time you're 65, that tiny habit has grown to over $300,000. That's without picking individual stocks, stressing over charts, or trying to guess when the market will drop. It's automatic. It compounds quietly, even while you're out enjoying life. And because these funds are super cheap to own, you keep more of your money instead of losing it to hidden fees or expensive managers. That's what truly accelerates your wealth. 1. Keep playing the long game, because that's where generational wealth is born. Here's the ultimate truth that most people in their 20s never grasp until it's painfully late. Building wealth is not a short sprint. It's a decades-long marathon. And it's a marathon stacked outrageously in your favor if you simply keep going. Picture two friends. Both start investing $100 a month. One starts at 25 and stops at 35. Just 10 years. The other waits until 35 to start and then invests until 65. 30 solid years. Who has more money at 65? It's the one who started earlier and only invested for 10 years. Because their money had 30 extra years to grow on autopilot. That's the unstoppable power of compounding. So keep your eyes on the horizon. When markets crash, and they will, don't panic. Don't stop investing. Those drops are when your money buys more shares, turbocharging future gains. When friends splurge on cars or giant houses while you're living simpler, remember you're buying something far more valuable: freedom. Because by staying consistent through your 20s, even with small amounts, you're laying down roots for a future where you call the shots. Where do you travel the world for months without worry? Where emergencies don't destroy you. Where your kid's college doesn't mean crushing debt. That's the real prize. And it all starts with simple choices made right now. Even if your income isn't huge yet. This is how you save and invest smartly in your 20s, even on a modest income. You build the right mindset that sees every dollar saved as a vote for your future self. You live below your means, so your money works for you instead of flowing out to impress strangers. You automate your plan, so discipline becomes effortless. You stick with simple, proven investments that quietly grow while you're busy living life. And above all, you play the long game, letting time transform your small habits into generational wealth. And that's your game plan. Practical, no fluff ways to save and invest smarter in your 20s, even if you're starting with scraps. Remember, it's not about making huge moves overnight. It's about being consistent and letting time work its magic. If this gave you some confidence to finally get started, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed, because we're just getting started on this money journey together. And hey, jump into the comments and tell me, what's one money habit you're changing after watching this? Cutting back on impulse buys? Setting up auto investing? I'd love to cheer you on. Thanks for watching. Now go turn your future self into someone who says, I'm so glad I started back then.